No! Oh God! Hey, how's it going? Reggie Watts is good at a lot of things. He's a gifted singer. It's on lockdown! He's funny on Comedy Bang Bang. And he's even scored live music and created trippy visuals in virtual reality experiments. But the one thing he's not so good at is beating one particular boss in the loot shooter Borderlands 3.
That thing keeps destroying everybody, so I can't get a second life, so I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'll never beat this guy.
So today, we're closing out our comedy week by sitting down with one of the most eclectic comedians around to talk about everything from the comedy of Borderlands to marijuana edibles. If you're a fan of Reggie, you'll know that he's a big proponent of weed, and to absolutely nobody's surprise, he loves getting stoned and playing games.
Mostly I do edibles.
Yeah.
I like edibles because they really, they can take you to the edge of psychosis, which I really enjoy. You have something to focus on, like video games, especially something like Division 2, which is very strategic, goal-oriented. And so the two, I think, pair very, very well.
Having that thing to focus on definitely does. Instead of you focusing on like freaking out and like, oh my God, I'm like really high, you're using that energy instead of in a negative way. You're immersing yourself even more into the game and just becoming hyper aware. You are Batman sitting on a ledge waiting for someone to call you.
Yeah, it's like you really fall into the reality. Like, it's just great. I love the feeling of like, oh, I'm in this reality and I'm feeling like, oh, I'm feeling that color. I'm looking at the texture and like, oh, I have all the detail. You know, it's like, it's a very romantic, like falling in love with the reality of the game.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss. What is your favorite Call of Duty game of all time?
Favorite Call of Duty? I have so many memories playing each COD, and different ones make them. It has to be between MW2 and BO2.
Ooh.
I think I would have to say MW2 because my friends and I used to have a LAN at each other's houses. I'd bring my Xbox, my monitor, and we'd set up and just play there. So now it's those are some of the best memories I've ever had. So
yo, 1v1 me, Russ. Let's go. I'll get the setup.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Out middle through our connector like a speed demon.
His skill gave birth to this piece of internet history, which has since then been saved on hard drives across the globe and, immortalized on YouTube. Although they have taken it down a couple times. The most recent iteration of the video was posted in 2010 and since then has received about 4.7 million views. So first and foremost, let's just talk about Sunday, right? Team Liquid versus Cloud9. They're playing for that world's spot. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the matchup? Who do you think is going to come out on top? There's a couple of champions, namely like Kiana, Yumi, some of them that are just seeing a lot more play than other champions. What are your thoughts on how prevalent these champions are and the presence of their role and their impact on the game?
I think Kiana, you got to be able to play the champion, and the champion is just broken.
Dude, I watch you stream in Battalion. I'm going to get your thoughts on that later because we've been riding that wave for a while. But
I'd love to hear that.
So good. All right, let's start with the big announcement of Courage joining 100 Thieves, right? The announcement video alone has nearly 2 million views. Tell us now, what does Courage bring to the org, personally and professionally?
I think Jack, he's just a ball of charisma. I mean, he's been a very close friend of mine for a very long time now. And I think he's done a phenomenal job in this last year, really just taking over Twitch and YouTube. I mean, he works tirelessly to make sure that he can be successful.
I would love to make an esports org in January 2019. Yeah. We're heading into 2019. The year's revving up. What are your plans for esports going into 2019?
We're launching it this year. Everything is going down. I really had to put up my own money. There's a lot of investors and stuff behind the scenes, but just starting off initially, I had to put up my own money to, hire these kids. So if you're that 16, 17-year-old kid watching this and you got a passion, hit me up, man, on Twitter, whatever. I'm signing talent, you know what I'm saying? And we're not looking. Ninja is a great friend of mine. He got me verified on Twitch.
Talk to me about commentating this event, right? We're at Arthur Ashe Stadium. This is the U.S. Open. This is a historic venue and the first time an esports event has been played here. What were your thoughts on commentating in such a crazy venue and for such an amazing tournament?
The timing of me losing my voice, as you might be able to tell, is exceptionally poor. The end of Friday, it was pretty much gone. Saturday morning, I woke up and I actually thought I wasn't going to be able to do any of it. And then through some medical magic, I was able to, the swelling was reduced, and I was able to do games 5 and 6 yesterday, able to do all 4 that I was required to do today. And I got to be part of the biggest Fortnite esports event in history.
Let's see it. What do we got? Oh, is this old man? I don't even know what game this is, but the old man with the stick is going for the low shots, and he is consistent with those. Good blocking coming out, countering with the low shots, 3 in a row, baby, and he is stunned. He doesn't know what hit him. Old man takes a back seat, teleports right in front of his face, and he hits him in the knees once again. The knees, the weak spot. He's figured it out. Look at that. Now standing right over his body, teleports, and the knees. It's the secret. Player 1 wins, baby. That's all there is. Just take out the knees. That's it. That's it. It's the easy joy.
You gotta take the knees.
Go.
All right.
Let's go.
Golden Boy, clue us in. What game was that?
I think that was Shaq Fu.
That was Shaq Fu, all right?
Shaq Fu.
Yeah.